What's up, guys? Got my silly ass headphones on, so if you're laughing at me already, then we're less than 10 seconds into this video and you've already gotten a laugh out of it, so it was worth watching. Now, people are going to be looking at me funny, which is nothing new to me, and that's okay, because I'm standing here in the middle of the road. I was on a walk and I just felt inspired to do a video. And I want to talk about why I'm talking about things. I want to talk about why it is that I do this YouTube channel, because I don't want to get it twisted. If what I'm saying is true, but the message is coming off the wrong way and it's not being received in the right way, then it doesn't matter if it's true. So, why am I talking to you? Why am I sharing whatever it is that I'm thinking about? And at the end of the day, it's because life's tough. In case you don't know. I know. Everyone's been through stuff. You know, my story, I was near 300 pounds just about 2.5, 3 years ago. 3 years ago now, almost. A little less than 3 years. I was diagnosed with a chronic inflammatory condition that nobody knew why it existed. Turned out to be mostly psychosomatic. I was in so much pain, severe pain, very acute pain for a year, a solid year. Couldn't sleep, couldn't sit down for that entire year, seriously. Had to have a special seat just to sit in my car to drive places. Had to have my face muscles Botoxed because I had actually bent my jawbone a little bit and I had crushed through all of my molars and had to get crowns on all my molars because of how much stress that I was under. I had to get a special mouth guard made and all that kind of stuff. Was bleeding from my intestines or whatever the hell. Had to have all these procedures done. Still couldn't figure out what was wrong. They weren't sure if I had cancer. They thought I was dying, but they couldn't figure out anything. They just said I was fucked. Was on hardcore antibiotics for a better part of 6 months. Didn't solve anything. A lot of anti-inflammatories, medicines, sleeping pills, anti-anxiety. I ran through the whole thing, man. I was dying, you know, mentally, spiritually, and all that shit. And I basically hit my rock bottom. And through that, I was able to, I think my soul, my spirit, something was able to kind of jump out and give one last chance to me to save my life. And I took it and I went with it. And unfortunately, I think that to a certain degree, reaching a pretty low point in your life is one of the only ways to have a true turnaround, mind, body, and soul. A true sustainable lifelong turnaround. But I do think that knowledge is power, and that sharing my experience, it can help transition you before you get so low that you were, as bad as I was, or to help soften the blow when you hit rock bottom, or to help not get there maybe, but just to help in some way. And so I want you to know that I'm not talking to you like I'm some enlightened person, because I still struggle every day. I have gone through tremendous change, and I've made so many improvements, but every day it's a practice, every single day. You don't just get to some point. I don't actually believe in enlightenment. I don't believe that Siddhartha Gautama, or I'm probably mispronouncing the Buddha's name, I'm sorry, Buddha. I don't believe that Buddha was enlightened or reached some state called enlightenment. I think that people like that are very enlightened, but do I think that after sitting under the tree and becoming enlightened, that the Buddha never once had his ego slip in for a half second and then slip back out, or never had any egoic, mind-identified anything? Do I believe that? Can anyone really say? No, I don't think it really matters. The point is that it's a practice, and even though I've made amazing changes, I still have a lot of work to do, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But I want you to know that I'm not trying to talk down to anybody like I'm some guy who's figured everything out. I'm going through this process, and yes, there's been a lot of change that you can see, and I feel so much better. But it's something that's continual, and so I want to share that with you, and maybe it'll help a little bit. It's tough. The reason I do the whole warrior thing is because people understand when I say life's a battle and you need to be a warrior. They get the idea. The struggle and the battle is between our mind, our ego, and our spiritual selves, consciousness, if you will, and this physical world that we see, smell, touch, that we can sense. So the world we can't sense, the world we can sense, and the mind. And this is why, people when they're suicidal say, I can't live with myself. There's two people there. There's the viewer, the observer, consciousness, the true you, and there's the myself, right? So it's a big deal, and it drives people to kill themselves because it's a big deal. It's tough. And so the point is that life is a battle, but the key is not to try to is to fight it in a certain way, and this is the way that I'm trying to share. I don't even like the word teach. I like the word share. This is the way I like to go about fighting that battle, and it's not in a way that you might think. It's not in a way that's traditionally thought of as pushing against things necessarily. It's very much building resiliency through finding peace, through acceptance, through letting go. Primary part of that is meditation, but it's not easy, and it's something you need to check up on and work on every day, and it is a struggle, and sometimes you do better than others. Some days you do better than other days, and that's okay, but sharing helps us understand that we're all in this together. And I need that too, So that's what I'm building. That's why I'm writing the book that I'm writing. It's just ways that I have found to best go about fighting that battle. And there may be ways that aren't so obvious, and there may be ways that are obvious to you. But at the core of it, it's using love and presence as a power base. Giving and receiving love is your power base to fight. That's where your strength comes to fight. And that's something right there that's kind of confused, because strength and love and empathy are most of the time separated. Like love and empathy are not considered strong, powerful characteristics. Being hardcore, tough, and gritty, and stoic, quote unquote, is what being tough is. And I'm telling you that courage and the ability to do the impossible, the ability to fight the battle and win, to be the warrior, comes from being in the moment and your ability to access love, to give love, and to receive love. It absolutely is. So this is sort of the core of things, and I won't get any more into it. Like I said, I'm writing my book and I'm trying to do this YouTube channel, but I just wanted to clear up exactly why I'm doing this, because I don't want people to get confused that I have some thought that I'm some enlightened guy, and I want you also to know that I struggle. I have my own battles, mental, physical, and spiritual, that I fight every day, and some days are better than others for me. So, I'm going through it too. Anyways, I hope all is well. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. Share it with anyone you think might appreciate it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I love you all. I wish you health and peace, and I love you.